Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It's Jamrock Gunners TV, and we are back finally. Yeah, I know it took forever, guys, but yeah, real life wins every time, so we just have to do what we're doing and keeping it moving. Yeah, but yeah, this is going to be a review of the Aston Villa game. We go to Villa Park tomorrow, and we have a very important game tomorrow. Now, at this point in time, Villa have actually been showing some good form lately. Most recent game, you might have heard, they beat City 1 goal to nil. A late winner from Jamaican Leon Bailey. Yeah, just give him a shout out, Reggae Boys, big up on yourself. Also, we'll be doing some Reggae Boys content on the channel as well, so keep your eyes open for that. Now, um, yeah, with that said, there's been so much that has happened since I've been online last. I won't even bother bore you guys with going through all of that. But a few things of note, that win versus City for us, that was big. I believe that actually gave us the belief that we needed for this season to keep going. And we've been able to actually maintain somewhat somewhat of how do I put this? A level. Yeah, we've been playing at a level that's it's not really our top form, you would call it, but we are playing at a level in which we are able to continue picking up the points, grinding out results, especially a few key games where we got some late winners and such. Um, but that aside, let's get right to it. Aston Villa tomorrow. This one is massive, people. This one is massive. Now, as it stands, Aston Villa are sitting third in the table. Um, and we have the chance right now to actually put down a statement win. Like the Gunners need to turn up tomorrow, right? And we're going to actually get through what I think will be the starting 11. Yeah. So, big up yourself, who that Tiffy and Leo in the chat. Arsenal will have to give 200% tomorrow. This Villa team is no walkover, and I fully agree with that because as we've seen, they came out really hard against City, and that was what you'd say. A lot of persons might say that was a very poor performance from City, but in truth, if you really check it, Villa played them into the ground. The Villa actually basically confirmed to everybody else now that City has weaknesses. They can be beaten, and a lot of other teams now will actually be going at City the way they did, right? But in terms of how we need to approach this game, I think we actually need to go there with confidence, knowing that this can be that statement win that the team needs to keep going forward. Because at this point in time, if we go ahead tomorrow and we beat Villa, um, we'll be on 39 points. So, given the other matches that will be played, let's just take a quick look here. Let me just check the matches that will be played before us. Liverpool will play before us. They go away to Palace. Um, Man United, not important. Oh, sorry, Man U fans. We're talking about the title race right now. So, um, yeah, let me see. City plays on Sunday. They go to Luton on Sunday. So it is we're swapping opponents this weekend. We went to Luton. Yes, City is definitely beatable. We went to Luton. They gave us a hard game, whereas City went to Villa, who gave them a hard game, and then we're playing the opposites this week. So I'd love for Luton to go ahead and give City a really hard game again too, and let them drop some more points. But it's really a do or die for us in terms of the mentality that we need to have in this team. And yeah, there's no excuses tomorrow. I think Villa are beatable, and we're going to actually go ahead and give them a good run for their money tomorrow. Yeah. One moment, guys. 1 second there. I don't know about anywhere else. I know in England it's freezing, but here in Jamaica it's still hot as, fam. It's hot as. All right, but anyway, moving on to the football. Let's get into what I believe will be the starting 11. Um, well, just before that, players to watch. I believe, as you can see, Declan Rice. Yeah, he's definitely key player for us tomorrow. Um, has to continue giving us that 8, 9 out of 10 consistency that he has been giving us. And it will be pretty much a battle of the midfield between, I'd say, Declan Rice and this guy here. That Douglas Luiz was linked with us in the previous transfer window. Um, since then, he has signed a new contract with Villa, and he has hit good form actually. So it will be very interesting to see what the midfield battle will be like tomorrow. And the other person of note is yeah, this one. Yeah. Emi Martinez, who I consider as the best keeper we've had in forever. Well, no, that's wrong. Since like Seaman, I think mm, Leno was alright, but yeah, face it, Emi Martinez is the best keeper we've had in a long time. Um, wanted first team minutes for his Argentina push, and he went to Villa, made a good push, went on to the World Cup with Argentina, and of course you know how that went. Won the World Cup there. So we're up against somebody we know pretty well, but is also destined to prove some kind of point as usual, right? Now, the form that we're in, we'll see how that goes. But without further ado, the team people. Now Arteta has been the chat say Martinez will be showing up, but yeah, he usually does, and that's the track record of we know of him. He doesn't usually have a poor game. Usually turns up and offers everything for the team, and we expect that he'll be doing just that tomorrow as well. Because let's be real, if City lost to Villa, and then they have us next, if they are able to beat the top two teams who are contending for the title, then it must be said that on current form they would be at least in the top four conversation, if not the title race. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right, it's still a long season, and this is just game week 16, so we're not even halfway in there yet. So sorry guys if I'm looking down. I just checking some results and some stuff on my phone here. Um, but in terms of the lineup, um, yeah, I totally agree with that, Tiffy. The the ideal option is to bench Raya at this point, but with Arteta being so adamant that he's the number one, despite the mistakes he's had recently, I find it difficult to believe that he'll actually start Ramsdale, which is what my pick would be. I would start Ramsdale in goal because it should be a fair fight. Ramsdale has made mistakes before, but over a period of time, in a short window here, Raya has made several mistakes already, which we can actually call into question whether or not he's actually better than Ramsdale is. But that debate aside, it's been done to death at this point. I think they're relatively equal. I'd say if I was to really put my 2 cents in, I'd say that Raya actually has the potential to fit better in the system, whereas that playing out from the back, being good with the ball at your feet, that type of keeper is more suited to what Arsenal is doing now with Arteta. And I believe that in the long term, it would probably work out better. However, Ramsdale has been a proven campaigner for us. I mean, he was the one that you know kept it tight at the back there to have us in the Champions League. Yeah, without his performances, the team wouldn't have done as well, and we would not have hit the heights we did last season. So he was a vital part of that. So that being said, I don't think it's been a fair fight. And if I'm honest, I think Raya should be benched and Ramsdale should start. However, Arteta's just not going to do that. So at this point, I think we can expect to see David Raya in goal tomorrow at Villa Park. Now, in terms of the defense, let's go over to right back. Uh, I'd actually just go ahead and put Ben White there. Given the current defensive situation with the recent injury to Tamiyasu, who has been our farm fullback, either side. It's been Tommy, and that will be a serious blow to the team for the next 6 weeks, I believe it is. So I believe by default Ben White will start at right back. Um, I expect, with that being the case, I expect us to probably see Cedric Suarez on the bench to deputize for him in case of any injuries. On the left, which is where fully fit, you would have had Timber, who unfortunately did his ACL in the first game of the season, out for some time. And at this point in time, we're looking at a situation where Zinchenko is probably the one I'd actually go ahead and put in that role. Now, Zinchenko hasn't been the best defensively. He has been able to do more going forward, assisting in the midfield with that inversion, inverting into midfield, assisting, Declan Rice so far with, maintaining some amount of control in that midfield. But in essence, in a title push, you can't afford to neglect your defensive duties. So that being said, it is imperative that Zinchenko has a good game tomorrow, because another key player to note, of course, is Leon Bailey will be playing on that right wing. Um, so Zinchenko, if he is the one that is chosen by Arteta, he will have to have an absolute A game tomorrow, because whereas Leon Bailey might not be as highly rated as maybe a Mo Salah or anyone like that, but he's on form. He is on form, and he has showed that he can hurt teams. He can hurt teams. I just wish that, Leon, if you ever watch this, just bring your Villa form to the Reggae Boys and we're good. Zin? Done. All right, that being said, moving on. So Zinchenko needs to have a good game versus him tomorrow. Now, the center back pairing that picks itself, that will be William Saliba and Gabriel. Like, probably I'd just say the best defensive pairing in the league this season, hands down, for sure. Hit me up in the comments if you disagree. If you have anything else to refute that claim, I'll be happy to challenge you on that. Um, Keeping in mind that we did let in 3 against Luton, so that pushed us to 14 conceded. Let me just quickly check. Just out of curiosity here, guys. In terms of best defense. Now we have the joint best defense with Liverpool. We both conceded only 14 goals so far this season. Them having scored 34 and we 33. But yeah, pretty much that would be the defensive setup. Of course, in the number 6 role, Declan Rice, I mean, speaks for itself. Just yeah. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Has been absolutely brilliant. Speaking on him just for a quick second, since I've been out for a bit. Yeah, Tiffy, that is a solid back four for real. I think we given the injuries, we can't really pull out a better back four than that one for tomorrow. But Kivior was used at left back recently, but I believe that Kivior really is the backup to Gabriel. I believe he's just really a left-sided center back. At left back, it doesn't really seem to work. So I wouldn't give him the nod. But with that back four and then Declan Rice in front of them sitting in the 6, I believe that we have every reason to be confident that we can keep a clean sheet tomorrow. Now, that being said, well, I'll get to my prediction in a minute. But yeah, I really think that we'll be able to actually just keep it defensively solid. Beside Declan, well, just before that, again, since I've been away, my thoughts on Declan Rice, really quickly, is that most Arsenal fans are late to the party. I don't only watch Arsenal, I try to watch as much Premier League football as I can. And I've been a fan of Declan Rice since him being at West Ham. It was clear to me, like daylight, how good this guy was. He carried West Ham for so long. It's no surprise that he led them to a European trophy, Conference League, uh, Conference League, yeah, Conference League, yeah, and that was really good for them. Now, 105 million pounds. Yo, talk to me though. That is a whole heap of cheddar, fam. That is a whole heap of money. But guess what? Nobody's talking about the price tag because it usually there's a lot of scrutiny when there's a big price tag, like the person I'd put beside him in midfield tomorrow, Kai Havertz. Yes, I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, at this point in time, I just believe that Declan Rice is the signing of the season. Um, and yeah, it will end that way. As I believe that at the end of the season, regardless of how the table finishes, Declan Rice would probably still end up as being um the best player in the league this season, or at least in that midfield role. All right. So mentioning Havertz, that's that's another what you'd call a big money signing where he's getting a lot more attention due to the price tag. And yet it's only 65 million versus 100 million for Declan. Now with Kai, he seems to have been finding some footing now, some form. Um the the penalty back in that previous game, shoot. Yeah, that was a charity penalty. I don't even count that. But that the winner, the equalizer, like he has been finding his I guess his role in the team. He's been able to fit in a little better now where he's able to actually relax a bit now. The pressure has been on him since the signing. Um Fans and all like getting used to the new pressure of being at an actual top club. Yeah. So now that it seems to be gelling a bit, it seems that he will be kicking on from here, and of course that is my hope that he does kick on from here, and provide us with some more solid results and performances. So beside Declan, you'd have Havertz, as I said, and then of course our captain Martin Odegaard. A lot has been said about him recently in terms of his form. But I'm not too worried honestly because I believe it's just a dip. People need to remember that these players are human, as good as they are, as you know, it's like clockwork. They just do it day in day out. They are human and they will dip in form. But it's good that he's kind of finding that form again and getting things moving. He's clicking again with the team, getting the 1-2s going with Saka and Martinelli. And speaking of which, they would be my wingers tomorrow. Goes without saying, Saka has been putting in tremendous numbers this season, even though we have not seen where he's been at his clinical best or um, really challenging and taking on defenders like he was last season. I think there's a real reason for that. However, most teams now are quite aware of what he brings to the table and are more ready to double team and sometimes even triple team our wingers now, both Saka and Martinelli, because they're scared of the damage that they can do. And believe me, the need to come out and come damage Villa tomorrow because it's important that we get 3 points tomorrow. 1 point is not enough tomorrow. We need all 3 points. And why I'd lean into saying that is a statement win really is because fine, we beat City. A lot of persons felt it was a fluke. But then maybe we started the whole feeling amongst the other clubs that hey, City can get beat. Other clubs go ahead, try and Villa no, go ahead, get theirs. So they'd be feeling very, very motivated to get one up on us tomorrow. But no, I'm pretty confident we get that done because um we have what it takes to get on paper. I think we have a better squad. On form, it's pretty much an even game. And the only other let's say in chat, every player has their season. Yeah, it's right. It's for them to bounce back when their form dips and try to maintain it thereafter. That is so true. And we see that now with Kai. There was that lull in form from previous club to now. Then he had to pick up. We can hope he pushes on. Saka giving us numbers without necessarily the grand performance that we like to see, but we're getting the numbers, we're getting the results. Martinelli, he needs to actually get some more goal involvement. He's been progressing us very well on the left this season. However, he can offer more. As we see, he did very well last season in terms of his goal involvement. I didn't. I should know this. I didn't look up much stats beforehand, as I just really wanted to ensure that we get this channel back off the ground because this is our season, fam. Like we get back to that in a sec. But in in terms of the team tomorrow, the only other missing link that I haven't mentioned yet is our striker. Gabriel Jesus. I don't see it any other way. That is our most dangerous front three. I'm glad that they've been getting minutes together now for a few games, and I can see where the link up play is getting back to that stage where we saw that chemistry last season where everybody the front four was clicking, all three of them plus Odegaard, and if we can maintain this rigidity at the back right now, this fight that we have to fight back into games and also get the attack clicking again, we have a very good chance this season, guys. All right. And a quick question from the chat. Would you say City dropped their guard against Villa or Villa fairly and squarely beat them? All right. Well, in that regard, my opinion, I think Villa fair and square beat them. They straight up beat them, fam. I think City just really didn't turn up. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. It's probably since Pep's first season that City has gone 4 games without a win. It's it's definitely something up with City. I wouldn't say, I mean, even on a quote unquote bad day, City can play a decent game and give any team a run. Of course, we know this. But on the day, I think Villa just came out full force and went at them full on and beat them fair and square and fully yeah, I don't know, well deserved to them. Kudos to Villa, but we're gonna stop y'all in your tracks tomorrow, Zine, because at this point in time, with the way City is playing, I believe we have enough of an edge on Liverpool, but it's a three-horse race this season as far as I see it. City will bounce back, guys. Don't worry about it. Liverpool steadily stepping up their game. We need to keep it going, and it's a three-horse race. I don't see us getting beat tomorrow. But listen, if that happens, the ball around, me own up to that, and I'll be back for the review, and we can talk about it, right? But that being said, I'll be doing a watch along for the game tomorrow. All things being equal. This is just me getting the channel up and running again, and letting you guys know that I really genuinely hope that I can stick to this now and give this a real go, and I just be consistent with giving you guys some content, my feedback. You guys here in chat, you can talk, drop your comments, and we talk some football. But really and truly, right now, that's pretty much it. That's the team I'd go with. Raya in goal, Ben White right back, Zinchenko left back, Saliba Gabriel, Rice in front of them. Put Kai Havertz beside him, and Odegaard as well in the 10. And of course, the best front three we can muster: Martinelli, Jesus, and Saka. Yeah, chat reminding me that let's not forget it's Arsenal. We always do it the hard way. Yes, it's so true. We have this weird habit of just not killing off games early or bossing the teams that we should be bossing, and always have this weird nervous moment at some point during the game, which is I don't like it, fam. I don't like it. But I know my team, usually, we pull through somehow. But I think we're showing that grit this season, like, what they always said, that champions find a way to win, and we have been doing that. No, not gonna get too too ahead of myself or anything and say, yeah, we're gonna win the league, but we're definitely in the race. And if City keeps slipping up, yeah, yeah, we're gonna have them. And in terms of our next three fixtures, of course, Villa tomorrow. I demand 3 points from the Gunners because that would be a statement win. You beat City and then you beating teams that beat them as well. Like, superiority here. The Gunners are getting back to where they belong. Quite right. Tiffy and Leo in the chat, they're saying the Gunners never say die. Of course, that's been something that I've held dear for years. I've always said it. Like when we down in a game, we have time left. Gunners never say die. Like people say Fergie time, but listen, Wenger had pushed some teams to do some crazy late winners and stuff. Trust me, like it's not new. It's not new. We find ways to grind out results as well. And we'll never say die. As long as the season is ongoing, we have a shot, guys. We have a shot. And at this point, I would just say just rally around the team and support all that Arteta is trying to do. I haven't spoken about him much. Um, for full disclosure, I've only said Arteta out once, and that was the last versus Villarreal in the semis to Unai Emery. And yet, here we are now playing Unai Emery tomorrow. And keep in mind that Villa Park has been somewhat of a fortress for them. They've been unbeaten there in the last 14 home games. The last team to beat them was us. And I think we can just go ahead and give them a repeat of that tomorrow. We're gonna beat them again. Um, with the team, I'd say if Ramsdale was to actually play, I would go 2-0. But I'm being honest, I think Raya will play. And if Raya plays tomorrow, I think we will concede. As much as I don't want to admit it, I think we'd concede a goal tomorrow. So my prediction for tomorrow is going to be 3-1 to the Gunners. Come on, Arsenal, we got this. We got this, fam. We got this. So 3-1 to the Gunners tomorrow. I'll be going live before the game with a quick build up before the game starts, and then we talk a bit about the starting lineup that Arteta actually chooses tomorrow. And then from there we get into the game and see how well the Gunners do. So I'm pretty confident, and I'm excited, guys. I'm excited just being back here. Yeah, I'm loving this. What I'm seeing this season from us. It's yeah, it's actually just refreshing right now to not be in the doldrums, you know. 3-2, chat said 3-2, 3-2 to who? Villa or the Gunners? Talk to me. What you saying, chat? Yeah. Um yeah, we've got through so many years of having terrible football, horrible players. The banter was just awful to bear because of how, the other teams are doing and them just yeah. It's just finally good to be back where we belong up top, you know what I'm saying? It's lovely. It's lovely. So I just hope that we can stay there, really and truly. Um about to wrap up now. I've been with you guys for half an hour, and yeah, I believe I've taken up enough of your time. I guess I'll stretch this one a little bit because it's my first time back, but there'll be a lot to talk about tomorrow in the watch along. So I guess I'll catch you then. Look out for that. Please go ahead and like the video. Oh, chat not saying. They said 3-2, but they're not saying. Not saying. All right, so let's see how tomorrow really goes. Like the video, guys. Please do leave a comment. Leave your uh predicted lineup and predicted score lines in the chat, people. I mean, in the comment section. And thank you all so much for tuning in. And also for those of you who might watch this after the live has ended. So yeah, that's it really. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. And yeah, come on, you Gunners. Gunners! I'm out.